Check, check, check. Okay. Make sure it sounds good. Check, check, check. Thank you, Kevek. So we're ranking the DS2 bosses today. Sir Alone, obviously an S tier, but we'll have to get to there. I think I'm going to start off with the Last Giant. It looks like the Giant Lord and the Last Giant are the same OST, as well as the Smelter Demons and Rune Sentinels. So all the Rune Sentinels and Smelter Demons will go into the same category, as well as Giant Lord and the Last Giant. But besides that, we can go ahead and begin. Kind of excited here. So we're going to start with, like I said, the where is he? Giant Lord or Last Giant. Make sure you can hear this. Kind of generic. You have the choir, you have the loud horns, very Dark Souls. This little soft part here is interesting. Cut out the rhythm, just let the upper strings and the choir just kind of dance around there. Oh yeah, Kavak, go to sleep, man. Get some sleep. I'm just gonna be ranking these themes. If anything, just, you could put it on while you sleep. You should listen to loud, blaring Dark Souls music. This song actually has a movement in it. It has parts where it slows down and then picks back up, which I do appreciate in a Souls theme. These sound like MIDI instruments, which I won't really hold against them, just because, they don't have the budget that they do in the later games. I like this string nonsense that's creating an air of like terror and suspense and horror, commonly used in horror. There you go. Text-to-speech is working now. It wasn't working before. You have that MIDI keyboard coming back in. Sounds very classic. So that's a pretty decent theme. Probably gonna put it in B tier. It's pretty good. but it's not great. Very generic Dark Souls. You have the high strings creating a sense of horror. You have the loud blaring horns. You have the choir, just yelling their ass off. Very very classic Dark Souls. Um, so I think B tier is going to be good. If I happen to think that it deserves higher or lower, this list is obviously subject to change. But for now, we can go ahead and move on to the next one. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do Dragon Rider. Now, I'm assuming that Dragon Rider and Dragon Rider Duo are going to be the same song, and it looks like it. Let me check here. Twin Dragon Riders aren't here. Okay, so there is maybe perhaps another Twin Dragon Rider. This is the organ already. You have that high, can't figure out what instrument that is, and the strings as well, creating another sense of horror. It's kind of generic. Like, we're kind of hearing the same thing again that we heard from Last Giant. But it doesn't have, like, interesting parts where it slows down. You have, like, a more melodic. So bring back in the harpsichord. They're just like quarter notes, which is kind of boring. There's not really an interesting mix-up in the rhythm of that harpsichord. Yeah, just straight quarter notes is kind of boring. So we're still doing that like ring, 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 ring type of sound. Yeah, this one's just kind of generic. It's using the same sound font as every other mid Dark Souls boss OST. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and probably put that in D tier. It, like I said, it just wasn't very interesting. Um, could have probably been better. Uh, I might take out this F tier if we find that, because F tier would be just like stuff that's actually repulsive. So Dragon Rider is going to go in D tier, at least for me personally. Let me check Dragon Rider's duo. Dragon Rider duo. Yeah, it looks like it's the same. It looks like it's just going to be the same one. So go ahead and put Dragon Rider duo there. Then, were there any other themes that were also Dragon Rider? Throne Watcher Defender? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. So we can go ahead and move on. So far, we haven't had anything that's that great, but again, I assume that we'll start to get more stuff here. And I might end up taking out a tier, just because all the way from S to F might be a little much. All right, let's see. What do we want to do next? What do we want to do next? We could do Covetous Demon. Why not? We'll go to Covetous Demon. All right. So we start off with some deep chanting. Very regal and ancient. Okay. Is that a oboe? Those are like deeper flutes. There's a high flute in there too. It's actually got subtlety to it. It's not bad. Some heart plucks in there. See, I think this chanting is pretty decent. See, that's a little catchy too. And some mix up in the rhythm makes it interesting. Dun 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 dun. Like that's cool. It's a little bit of a mid theme. I'm thinking a C tier, but we're listening to it. I do like that it's creating like a sense of suspense, however. I'm going to go ahead and remove F tier. Or, no, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. There's some interesting stuff with the piano. Going up and down the scale with accidentals to create a sense of terror, again, like always. Yeah, I think this is a solid theme. I'm going to go ahead and put it in C's tier. I think it's very, very, like, it's a good basis to kind of judge other themes around too. You have low and high points. You have movement within the rhythmic nature of the chorus, of the harp that was in there, even some of the rhythm, like the actual like timpanis and other percussion instruments. They did actually sound interesting. So I do think that is a pretty decent track.
Said, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Lulu Morel said, just woke up.
WhatsApp. I'm doing the Richard Nixon thing. He goes, I'm not a crook. I did not. Yeah, he did it. Like, it's not even like a question. Like, it was. I think it was proved in court. So, anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put the Covetous Demon in C tier. I actually liked that theme, and you might be asking, if you like the theme, why did you put it in C tier? Because C tier actually is mid, and mid isn't bad. It's mid. It's not bad. It's mid. B is good. A is great. S is, excellent, near perfect, right?
Like we said, I don't know any DS2 bangers, so this is gonna be interesting.
Well, Giant Lord actually had some cool parts where the orchestra would back out and it was just like the choir soloing, and it was pretty interesting. So I put it in B tier.
Lulu Morel said, actually NVM Sin is pretty cool.
And I think Sir Alone is also good too. Some of these themes will be good. Whether or not we get to S tier will be interesting. I think Sir Alone will be an S tier. I did really like that theme when I fought him. But besides that, I think Aldia's theme might be cool too. So let's go ahead and continue. So when should we do next? Since this game's a little... the linearity of it comes between at the second half. The second half, you're just going like area to area to area. So in the beginning, it's not as linear, which is weird because like every Dark Souls game is like that, I guess. Except for Dark Souls 3, it's swapped. The second half is like branch pathing. The first half is linear. It's a weird, I don't know. I just don't think they like giving you, I think they like pigeonholing you. And then once they think you're strong enough or ready enough, then they'll give you it, which is again weird because Dark Souls 1 immediately trusted you with its, map. So why in Dark Souls whatever. Let's do Belfry Gargoyles. I'm feeling some Belfry Gargoyles. Okay, what do we think about some Belfry Gargoyles? You like some Belfry Gargoyles? Chop the tails up, cook them on a roast. Where are you guys? All right.
Lulu Morel said, DS2 being DS2. Lulu Morel said, F. Lulu Morel said, D. Lulu Morel said, F asterisk.
I mean, they're just going up and down the scale with their strings. It's not that interesting, I think. I have a question. Bell Gargoyle OST. Is that the same OST? It is. Okay, well.
Lulu Morel said, I mean it's the same.
Yeah, what did I...
Lulu Morel said, but the boss is trashier in this.
That's true. I don't like
Morel
Belfry Gargoyle.
said, so F.
I don't like that they're using a theme, is one of my issues. What did I put Bell Gargoyle in? I gotta make sure I'm being consistent. I put Bell Gargoyle in C, which would be this tier list's. Let's see. Bonfire's S, S is A is B. Let me go ahead. Why don't I go ahead and put everything where I would put it? I think that'll make life easier. So, delete this row. Delete row. Okay. All right. Well, that theme was pretty underwhelming. I'm gonna put it in F tier. I don't think it's that great. And it sounds even worse in this game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Add a row below. Make that like blue. Why is that doing that? Okay, hold up. A, B, C. Okay. And then this one, D. Okay. All right, and then shift this down. There we go. Okay. That's going to look better. Besides the colors, let's worry about the colors later. Okay. All right. So yeah, Belfry Gargoyles, you're going in the bottom. Like, I'm sorry, you're not that great of a theme, and you're just a ripoff. You're not only a boss ripoff. Okay, you're a fucking sound audio file ripoff. Like, that's just lazy. Okay. Telling you, they didn't have their shit together when they were making this game, man. Next we're gonna do Flex Style Sentry. I think that's a good one to do next. What the fuck? Tell me if you could see this. Oh, my bad. Wrong scene. So F, yeah, it's F, but it's E. Yeah, look at the Flex Style Sentry.
Lulu Morale said, was confused for a minute there. Lulu Morale said, funny eyes.
Actually creating atmosphere with this track.
Lulu Morale said,
no, let it build, let it build. Let it build, let it build, okay? I mean, to be fair, it is a slow piece, and you are slowly getting, like, drowned, right? And your movement is slowing down. I like the Gertie. Like, I think it's what it's trying to do is be a slower theme. Like, you're slowly getting, you know, the ship slowly capsizing. But it's also not really going anywhere is the issue. That's, like, really the issue.
Lulu Morale said, it doesn't have any real highs BTW. Lulu Morale said, yeah, slowly getting drowned.
I think when it comes to drowning, though, right, eventually you will start freaking out, and it should be a little bit more intense at some point, or at least at some points.
Said, F or D.
I think I'm going to put it at the bottom of C. Because I think melodically it's interesting. I think it just needs to go somewhere is the issue. So maybe D. It's just unfinished.
Said, what?
I'm going to put it at the top of D because I do actually like the song. I like how it begins. Like you said, it just doesn't really go anywhere is the issue. And if it went somewhere, I think it would start to be a lot better. I think it immediately goes up to C if it at least has some sort of climax, because we just get stuck in tension, and I guess we just pass out and die. It's a little anticlimactic, I guess. Let's see, who do we want to do next? We can get Executioner's Chariot. Let's show Executioner's Chariot some love. Okay, you got those loud timpanis. There are the cymbals. It's an instrument in the background.
Lulu Morale said, this video doesn't have some of the songs as the desk says.
Yeah, I know. We'll just switch to it. We'll just go to it whenever we need to. I don't know if that's like a drone or something, but I like the way that sounded. I think it was that type of like horror tension was done much better in that moment than like in Giant Lord of Dragon.
Said, I like the Colosseum horror feel.
Yeah, it's actually doing a good job. And the rhythm's mixing up too. 2, 3, 4. Dugga 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 ba 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 ba.
Lulu Morale said, B hooray.
Oh, that's cool. You hear that horn? Yeah, that's cool. This might be an A tier. This might be a low A tier. Man, those horns sound good. They almost sound royal, like, you know, he did belong to a king.
Said, yeah, this rocks.
Even the AI agreed with you. I think they're using a Phrygian scale. It's a mode technically. The Phrygian is, I think, a modal shift of, I think, the major scale. You typically see Phrygian scales and Phrygian dominant scales used in music that will sound like Middle East, not Middle Eastern, but like Nile, like Gathering Water by the Nile type songs, like Lawrence of Arabia or Arabian Nights.
Lulu Morale said, man, imagine if this boss was good.
I like Executioner's Chariot. You have themes of you have the beginnings of like their more intense horse combat, because he does the back kick, he does the left hit, right hit
Lulu
thing.
Morale said, since.
Yeah, we'll put that in A tier. Where are you, my guy? All right, my little horsey. You're gonna be our first A tier. Would you look
Lulu
at
Morale
that?
said, since when did anyone like this boss?
I like it for what it is. Like, I like the idea of like the horse rams into the gate and then the chariot breaks and you get to fight him. Like, I don't think it's a bad boss. If anything, I just think it's mid.
Lulu Morale said, even DS2 fans dislike it.
But the thing is
Lulu
I don't have a
Morale
problem with gimmick bosses
said,
if they're cool.
and that's saying something.
That's why Rykard is one of my favorite bosses, because even though it's a gimmick boss, it's fucking beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. There's like, it's just, the sky gets like all red, and there's like skulls flying at you, and it's a giant
Lulu
snake. Dude.
Morale said, Rykard is hype.
Like, I don't mind gimmick bosses. I know a lot of people don't like gimmick bosses. What is this? But we're gonna put that song in A tier at the very least. That song was hype. That song was actually hype. Okay, let's see. What should we do next? Let's go ahead and get the Lost Sinner. Okay, the Lost Sinner.
Lulu Morale said, I don't mind them as long as they're not bad. Lulu Morale said, which they often are.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree. I don't think every boss needs to be an intense challenge. I don't mind gimmick bosses, but sometimes they're not that good, like at all. Like Ancient Wyvern, I think it's kind of mid. I don't think it's that great of a boss. I think the Plunging the Dragon is cool, but like, it just doesn't stick out to me, for instance. What are some other gimmick bosses that I am thinking of? See if there's any here. Huh. I don't actually see any in Dark Souls 2 except that one damn thing. I guess it depends what you call gimmick boss. Like OG Stormruler, obviously. Yorm.
Lulu Morale
Wyvern
said, DS3 giant guy.
Yeah, yeah, that whole place is underwhelming, for sure. Um, and I think it's intentionally underwhelming. If you understand what I'm trying to say, look, I think at some point Miyazaki held resentment for Dark Souls 2. I mean, he was kicked off the fucking company. He got kicked off of lead director. You know what that does to your salary? You know what I mean?
Lulu Morel said, in DS2 there's Frigga technically?
Is that a gimmick boss? It's kind of a gimmick boss. I guess it depends on what you call a gimmick boss. Like Rom, right? Rom's a gimmick boss for sure. Is Rom a gimmick boss? Is Rom a gimmick boss? Mensis? No, Mensis isn't a boss. I don't know. He's no, but he's got he's got physical magical attacks with like a sword of dudes. Hmm.
Lulu Morel said, I think there's a category you could call semi-gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. As opposed to just straight like scripted fight, like, you know,
Lulu
ceaseless
Morel
discharge.
said, Woku would include Rom and like Gwendolyn.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Um Okay, let's continue. Let's get to Lost Sinner. The Lost Sinner.
Lulu Morel said, I hate this song personally. Lulu Morel said, I find it irritating.
I find this boss irritating. When I'm playing DS2, the characters feel like magnets. Okay, it feels like the characters are always going like this, as opposed to in the other games, it feels like the characters are
Lulu
static.
Morel said, aren't all bosses in this game irritating?
Because it feels like enemies like they go like this to you, and you're always going like this to them, and so you're constantly like feeling this weird like magnetic push and pull force. I don't know if you feel it that way, but that's how I personally feel it. As to where in the other games, you're pieces that are capable of moving around, up and down, you know. So it feels like the way I like think about playing DS2 is I'm always having to like do like this, or like if she goes here, I'm having to like deal with the strong magnetic force or whatever it's called. It's just I don't know. It's weird to me. It's just a very generic like RPG sound font.
Lulu Morel said, I don't get it, but Lulu Morel said, this goes nowhere like the boat boss one.
Yeah, but I think it's better. It's just kind of like stereotypical generic. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of C tier.
Lulu Morel said, C.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just very decent. Like so decent that it can't ever go higher. It's stuck at C.00. As the Covetous Demon is like a C.2 maybe. All right, so Lost Sinner, we're going to put you in C behind Covetous Demon. All right, let's see. Who do we want to do next? We're the other four old ones. Let's do the Duke's Dear Freya. Get all the annoying there's just so many annoying bosses. Bosses in this game aren't that great, man. They're just not that great.
Lulu Morale said, the boss from Night Rain.
Yeah, that boss from Night Rain. Yeah, it was the first time it appeared. Yep. On the bright side, I understand how to do that boss a lot more now. Is that a banjo? What the hell?
Lulu Morale said, anyway, see Max. Lulu Morale said, the song itself is bad, but it fits the boss.
Well, yeah, because we're getting the reason. Part of the reason it also fits the boss. If you think back to Quelaag, her theme was also very regal. FromSoft, I think, may have something with like female warrior regal voices with female themed characters or something. It's giving me those vibes, especially with these drums.
Said, is because the boss is bad as well.
Hey, don't you hate on Quelaag. I will not take any hatred from Quelaag. That boss is fun to fight. You actually have the combat system in Dark Souls 1 actually allows you to properly deal with threats unlike this shitty game. Okay? I will not stand for Quelaag hate.
Lulu Morale said, no, not Quelaag. Lulu Morale said, I would never slander DS1.
I hate when they slander DS1. I'm just like... Okay, now I can't show weapons on screen. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I didn't have any weapons on me at the moment.
Lulu Morale said, anyways, this feels spider-like, which was something I didn't feel with Quelaag's theme.
Because they wanted to go more like Regal Warrior vibe with that one. For whatever reason. This is that, but evolved, basically. I don't like that banjo, though. It's going to go in C tier. It's going to go above Lost Sinner, though. See, I feel like this part, they're not commanding the space very well right here. But I like this part here. Maybe beats... No. Let me chill out. Let me stop smoking the za. Yes, dude.
Lulu Morale said, see.
See? See, I'm going to agree with you. I think it goes in C too. I think it's a decent theme, but I think it struggles in some places. Let's see. Who do we want to do next? Where are the other old ones? Let's do the Rotten. I feel like the 4 old ones aren't as important as some of the other figures in the game, and that's fine. But unfortunately, back in DS, when we get to DS3, well, the other figures are back to a level of importance. So there's always just going to be this.
Lulu Morale said, bless the gods, I have good musical taste.
Yes, yes. One thing, so I don't like, you'll never see me, like, judge people unless I actually think they're being fucking retarded. Like Tom yesterday, okay? I was like, dude, you don't know me. Like, you're just judging a guy from, like, across the screen. And you were talking about how conversations just end up in dick measuring contests just to create a dick measuring contest. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is that when it comes to music taste, I'm so like up my own ass about it. I won't even lie. I'm a drummer. I'm learning other instruments. Like I'm very like picky about music, but I like
Lulu
everything.
Morel said, Tom acting like everyone is me sometimes.
Nah, Tom's fun. I like Tom. Uh, let's see. What are we doing next? The Rotten. Okay. I'm gonna get really serious about this one. Make my voice a little deeper too. It's the
Lulu
guy from
Morel
Bioshock.
said, you it's the guy from Bioshock. Lulu Morel said, anyways F.
Okay. DS2 fans will call DS3 nostalgia bait and literally have the same boss and okay, I'm just never mind. This is not bad.
Lulu Morel said, I'm gonna put this on max volume on the speakers at the function. Lulu Morel said, this is so banging FR. Lulu Morel said, oh actually that part is fine, D.
Oh, we're bringing in that harpsichord. So we're at eighth notes. Eighth notes are a little bit more interesting, but I want the harpsichord to mix up its rhythm. Oh crap, hold up. Hold up. Someone just squeaked. Those are trumpets, I think. Okay, look. Okay, look. This might have to be C tier. Let me explain why. It is not easy to hit that high of a note in a trumpet consistently. Like some people will spend years just trying to do that one thing. I don't know if this is a live orchestra. If those were live trumpets, that is impressive musicianship.
Lulu Morel said, I understand, but at the same time D you're kinda biased by the trumpet man.
Wow. It's almost like music is subjective. Okay. So it was a it's decent. I think it was better than Flexile Century. And I think I liked it better than Lost Sinner is
Lulu
the thing.
Morel said, crazy. Lulu Morel said, C or D Suri.
Man, I don't know. I need to put it like in the middle. Cause
Kanye said, E.
You think E? Damn. I'm gonna put it in the top of D because it wasn't I don't think it's like a horrible song, like Repulsive. And it has its moments and it has its perks. Okay. We'll do Royal Rat Vanguard. And I think Royal Rat Authority will probably be the same one, I assume.
Lulu Morel said, do a old Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a good one. This is how I'm gonna... Okay, that's cool. Hold up. Bro, this is just like so much better already. This is like a Halo track. They were playing Halo.
Lulu Morale said, I like this one. Lulu Morale said, A or S.
Since 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's cool. Those horns sound very royal. Yeah, that's cool. So they're just going up the scale, I assume. Yeah, this is cool, man.
Lulu Morale
Yeah, this is cool.
said, raised hand neutral
This is
face
pretty
raised
good.
back of hand absolute cinema.
This is him going phase 2, you know? He's been hurt. He activates the darkness or whatever in his thingamajigger. And now he's coming back at you. Maybe you're the one that got hit. You know, you take a drink of your flask and now it's your turn to come back. Yeah, this is cool. There's a real sense of like an honorable duel that's being taken place. You see what happens when you mix up the rhythm, okay? It makes it interesting. I'm shaking. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It feels like a 7/8 Halo song. Nice way to end it. Cool. Yeah, that's an S tier. I think it's very easy. So the first of all, okay, this song has a real sense of like a journey that you're being taken on. You know, we start off announcing our
Lulu
opponent.
Morale said, what I like also ABT it doesn't reuse one part over and over.
Yes, exactly. This, like I just said, it takes you on a journey. We start by announcing off our opponent, the old Dragon Slayer, not Ornstein, totally not Ornstein, or I think he's like, I think it's like one of his followers, right? Isn't that the theory? Excuse me, because there is like a Dragon Rider cult, right? There already is a Dragon cult, so it makes sense that people would try to take up his mantle. He was a hero after all. And then we kind of get the battle. And then we get the part where Ornstein has taken some damage. He activates his Dark Abyss aura. And our character, he drinks from his flask because he's been taking damage as well. And then we have the final climax where it really, really raises. And we get some interesting movement within the rhythms, within the strings. within the horns, even in the 7/8 time format.
Lulu Morale said, yeah, he's just copying his style. The armor pieces and spear is his DIY cosplay.
Yeah, his DIY cosplay is funny. And yeah, I think that's an S tier that had everything you want out of a FromSoft track easily. Where are you, old Dragon Slayer? Oh, there you are. Okay. Cool. We move on. All right, let's do a shit one now. We're gonna go Royal Rat Authority. Actually, nah, we can do a good one. Let's do Dark Lurker. This is what we're gonna do.
Lulu Morale said, I would personally put it in high A, just for the reason it doesn't feel Dark Souls.
No, 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 no. That was a good piece. That was an S tier piece, and I'm glad to have listened to it. I think Elden Ring, when they start upping their production quality, we start getting a lot of stuff that is never like anything we've ever seen, and I don't think
Lulu
that's
Morale
a bad thing.
said, but I agree with S.
I think if you want to rake on, like, it has to have soulsy elements, might be tightening like the criteria in which you can stick within. But I'm gonna put it in S. I think it was a great song. For instance, when we get to the Elden Ring one, whatchamacallit, Elden Beast theme. So Elden Beast and Radagon, I'm judging their themes separately, and everybody can go fuck themselves. But Radagon's theme, I think, is like a B. It's fine. A. The Elden Ring theme, I'm not the biggest fan of, to be completely honest. It's cool.
Lulu Morale
It's a little loud for me.
said, it just feels very different from all the other soundtracks, can oftentimes feel out of place.
I understand that. What I would say is, like, when we get to the DLC, we get to like this ancient, like, Babylonian warrior culture. So it makes sense that they would change up the style to fit a different era, right? And when we get Marika's theme, we have this like solo single voice, and then the choir comes in as you're fighting Elden Beast. And Elden Beast is a very like grand and atmospheric boss. So it makes sense that they create this different, very different, grand and atmospheric, like, piece. There's an opera singer who that song is his favorite OST he's ever heard from FromSoft, which is interesting because I wouldn't put that as my favorite, right? I'd put something like, not saying Old Dragon Slayer, but something like Old Dragon Slayer, right? But I get what he means because it is very unique, and so I can understand how someone would gravitate towards that. Yeah, Dark Lurker. I still haven't beaten this boss, but to be honest, I think it should be easy because I switched to a dual Ice Rapier, Dex, and like mini Faith build, and dude, I take things out quick. I'm doing like optimal. I'm doing like Kavak levels of damage right now. Dude, I'm so cool.
The Dark Star said, I'll be back later to berate you or love you.
Okay.
Lulu Morale said, one of the few good bosses, and his track goes along with his quality.
I like that chord shift. I like this choir. We got, is that a harp? Yeah, it's a harp. It's a nice harp. And you got the cellos in the background. Excuse me, I think it's a bass. It's a sound font, so I'm not, you know, it's just a synthesizer, but. Ooh, we switched up the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we went from 1. Oh, it's a hemiola going up. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. We've heard that before in other FromSoft tracks. You know, I actually think this is a very good track. It makes sense that there is a hemiola here because you're fighting Dark Lurker and its copy at the same time. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A lot of triplets in this song. I'm thinking, because it's not better than Executioner's Chariot, but it's a good song, and it's better than Giant Lord. Is it high B or low A is the question. I don't know. Okay, so here's what I'll say about it. I do like
Lulu Morale said.
I think it's almost like a gimmick track in the sense that they have this hemiola motif going on throughout the track, and it makes sense that there would be two independent melodic lines and different time signatures because you're fighting a duel, or you're fighting a three-way duel, or a 2v1 duel, I should say. And so, I mean, it makes sense. Melodically, it's interesting. It's
Lulu Morale said, I like it, but can't go in S or B.
I think it's going in B. I think it's going to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like it better than Giant Lord. Is the issue. This one's hard to rank for me. Let me listen to it again. Let me listen to it.
Lulu Morale said, high B or low A.
See, I like this here. I like this. I like the way it says it. Because Dark Lurker has always seemed to me as like a dark angel, right? And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this, is like they're painting the picture of a dark angel. So it makes sense why it's a choir, you know what I mean? It'll go in B. It's gonna go in B. It's gonna go in B. It's gonna go in B. It will go in B. It will. It will. It has. It hath. Even. Royal Rat Authority. I need to get that out of the way. Are you even in here? That's fucking it. Enjoy it. Okay, let's see. They're different tracks. Interesting. So we'll rate Authority and then we'll rate Vanguard. Lick. That's kind of funny. His face is just there. This one's not that great. It's very like...
Lulu Morale dog outside all night, but it's not my dog anymore.
Yep. It's kind of slow for how fast the boss fight is. He just spams that frickin' forward bite move. Hey, yo. Okay, hold up. They just started cooking.
Lulu Morale said, Freaky Doppelganger, Detayer.
Hold on. This is actually kind of nice. Yo, those drums.
Lulu Morale said, NBM, C. Lulu Morale said,
Okay.
maybe even.
This is a wild song. Hold up. Yo, that soloist is going on. Hold up, this is good. This is a good song. Hold up. This song's kind of hype.
Lulu Morale said, okay at WTH. Lulu Morale said, surely it can't be S.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put an S.
Said, surely.
What the hell? Okay. That was the funniest thing.
Lulu Morale said, holy comeback. Lulu Morale said, Jesus Christ.
That was the definition of like that one time you streamed you beating True Kazuya and you got put on 1 HP and then you won. That was that. That was like the Mango. Okay, that was like Mango coming back after, just being down like 2-0 and just coming back and reverse sweeping. Okay, that was a banger for just absolutely no effing reason in the world. God damn. Like, that's what I have to say to that track. Yeah, you're gonna go in A tier, bud. You deserve it. Like, you just straight up deserve it.
Lulu Morale said, the dog locked in.
The dog locked the fuck again. All right, dog. You're gonna okay, Royal Rat Vanguard. I have a feeling this is gonna suck ass in comparison. Okay. I'm gonna judge this song so hard. Like you don't even know. This is like already super generic. Those horns sound like they're farting. They're not mixed very well. This feels like a metal song. This feels like a metal orchestra. This is also just way too intense for this boss.
Lulu Morale said, I like the intensity. Lulu Morale said, the horns part though was trash.
It's just kind of loud. Oh. So that was a better use of like tubas there. Those could have been bass trombones, but I think they were tubas. This is just very like metal for no reason though. It's kind of off-putting that it's for. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in C. Like low C. And that's how that's gonna be. So, yeah, we're just gonna skip. We're just gonna not talk about that song.
Lulu Morale said, the horns part is what I imagine DJ is doing on the throne, dude doing it on beat. Gotta keep the rhythm intact.
Look, it's funny you say that. There will be times where I'll hear something and I'll just start doing my normal daily task in rhythm with whatever it is. So that's pretty on brand, to be fair. Being a drummer, you get like a slight ADHD because you're just like, this is like some 3 against 5 against 4 against 2 polyrhythm or something like that. Okay, we can do Scorpionist Najda. Nashka? Nashka? What's her name? Nashka. Yeah. We have 2 Quelaag ripoffs. They had like Quelaag split off into 2 different ripoffs.
said. We'll wish Quelaag be better than the actual one.
Sounds like a cuckoo clock. So we're kind of back to a little bit of that Regal vibe.
said. The answer for now is no.
The organ. And there's that flute. Okay, this piano solo now. Ooh, evil.
Lulu Morale said. Funny enough, it does feel more demonish like than Quelaag.
I'm not that big of a fan, to be honest. I also might be a little dopamined out after Royal Rat Authority, because that was a journey. Let me clear my mind. Let me think.
Lulu Morale said. Don't get me wrong, it's mid to low tier, but it got some points.
Yeah, I think. I think it's a little bit. I think it's better than Royal Rat Vanguard. We can put that there. I mean, that's fine. It's just like a little tonally disconnected with the and then you have the like so it's just a little like. Also, the mixing's not that great, which seems intentional, but it's just not that great. Like, doesn't matter if it's intentional; it just doesn't seem that great. So that's just kind of mid. You know, it's mid Kiro. No, I'm just kidding. Sekiro isn't mid. What a beta. Let's do the Pursuers. Where are you? Pursuer. Here you go. Throat singing.
Lulu Morale said. Nothing related, but why I get a 45-minute essay on Ladybug, bruh.
What? I'm kidding. Are you talking about me? I don't know what that means.
Lulu Morale said. Mythical feed pull.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Rare feed pull. I feel like I'm supposed to be listening to these songs or something. That's actually kind of cool. They're a little farty.
Lulu Morale said. It has potential, but I don't like it.
Yeah, the melody isn't that great. It needs to have a more interesting melody. See, why didn't they repeat that little interesting drum pattern or timpani pattern again? Okay, that ended kind of weird. Yeah, that's kind of mid. It might even go in D tier, to be completely honest. I think I'm gonna put it like top of D tier. The ending was kind of weird. The rhythm was interesting, but then they switch it up for just one measure and then go back to the original, or to the rhythm it was, and it's just kind of jarring. It's not interesting. It's like someone like sneezed on the sheet music page, and so there that just came out all of a sudden. Or it just feels like someone messed up low key. It doesn't create a sense of like interesting dynamical rhythm. So yeah, I'm gonna put that D tier. I think that's fair. Yeah, yeah, I feel good about that one. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna go to the restroom and refill my water.
Lulu Morale said, ALR.